The beauty about WordPress is it's actually very, very easy to maintain. All right, people who are using it actually would agree with me on that. Compared to other CMS platforms, it's sort of like the perfect balance. It's not too complicated, but it's not too, not too mediocre in terms of how it works, in terms of its features and stuff like that. And today we're going to talk about WordPress optimization. Basically, we're going to tackle things like, basically how to speed up your WordPress site, how to clean it up, how to prevent hackers from getting into your site. But we're going only to talk about the basics because, well, we only have 45 minutes to talk. And I'm actually not going to consume all of that because I'd rather answer more questions, if that's okay with you guys. Okay, so let's continue. So when we talk about optimization, we talk about the word optimize. It's basically making the best or most effective use of what? Of whatever you have, or in this case, WordPress, your resource. And most people actually just use WordPress for blogging. Who among you here are bloggers? 1, 2. Oh, the blogger community is dying. We only have 4. All right. I remember back then, if you're not a blogger, you should blog, right? So then arguments like a blog is not a website kind of things happens. But nowadays, who among you here, the rest, I see only 4 of those lots of people using WordPress or blogging using WordPress. What about the rest? Where do you use WordPress? Are you using it for your company's website? All right. Hans, of course, would be using it for that. All right. Are you using it for your, to promote your portfolio? It's not necessarily just a blog. I've seen people install WordPress just for a 2-page sales letter. All right. It happens. It happens. They go install WordPress, install all these plugins, install a theme that they want, and it's just a 2-page sales letter. All right. WordPress is just so powerful you could use it for whatever you want to do it nowadays. But the problem is, people tend to slow it down. People tend to install things that they don't need. People tend to do things wherein WordPress is not necessarily the appropriate solution. But, well, there's still ways to optimize it, okay? So the first one that we're going to talk about is updating your stuff. Let's talk about the basics first. All right, WordPress 3.7 just came out a couple of days ago. Who among you here have already upgraded your WordPress sites? All right, make sure you always update your stuff. Update the WordPress score. WordPress score, let me share with you one of our experiences at WishList products. There was a time where we have like 6 to 7 WordPress sites. And as you can imagine, some of those get old, some of those don't get updated, and the others, of course, are, the sites that make more money are the ones that we love. We maintain that all the time. All right? But the sites that, you installed once just for a particular event, you don't maintain those anymore. So we forgot to update the WordPress score. If you don't update it, if you don't use it, might as well just uninstall it, delete it. But if you still want to keep it, make sure you update it, because what happened was that there was a security vulnerability that was discovered in a previous version of WordPress, and they were able to get into our server and hack our files. All right, so I'm not trying to scare you guys, but might as well update WordPress whenever you see a new version coming up.